A parliamentary standoff threatens to sink a promise to protect gay students from expulsion in religious schools. With just one sitting day left this year, the Coalition and Labor agree on the need to pass a law, but they can't agree on the wording. Unless a compromise is reached tomorrow, the Prime Minister will be unable to make good on a promise 2 months ago. Here's political editor Andrew Probin.
I think that there is a broad consensus around this chamber.
Mid-morning, and it all seems so harmonious on a tricky bit of lawmaking.
To remove inappropriate discrimination against kids in schools.
The opposition will be supporting the Leader of the Government's motion.
But what's to be done? More time for deliberation.
The Prime Minister and the Leader of the Opposition have had a level of engagement, and we believe it is in the public interest for those conversations to be allowed to continue for a bit longer.
However, just 10 minutes later, it appeared those conversations were over.
Let's take the parties out of it, Bill. Let's let the elected members of the House of Representatives just decide.
The Prime Minister proposing a rival bill under his own name, decided by way of conscience vote, purportedly to prevent students being discriminated against on the basis of sexual orientation, albeit with a caveat for schools of faith.
A clarification that nothing in the Act prevents a religious school teaching in accordance with their own religious beliefs.
And here's where the common pursuit frayed.
Unfortunately, the Prime Minister has sought to weaponise this dispute, and I do think that rather than looking for the angle, the Prime Minister should look for the outcome.
Labor saying it had legal advice the Prime Minister's proposal would allow discrimination of gay students rather than stop it.
Labor doesn't need a conscience vote because every member of the Labor Party agrees that it's wrong to discriminate against children. It's not complicated.
It's seemingly a contest of perspectives, rights to equality versus the freedoms of faith.
Like many have said today, this should be very, very simple. Children should be safe when they walk through the school front yard, and that means free from discrimination.
They want us to be able to teach our faith, values and beliefs in religious schools, and that's pretty frightening, pretty chilling to religious faith bodies.
Both sides of politics seem to have the same intention. It's the how that's in dispute. Then again, balancing the standards of a secular state against the rights of religious expression is always going to be fraught. Andrew Probin, ABC News, Canberra.